also called for maximum implementation of existing reproductive health policies to address existing challenges. The media engagement comes ahead of the 8th Pan-African Adolescent and Youth Sexual and Reproductive Health Conference, which will be held in Mombasa from the 25th to 27th June 2025.
We're going to keep everyone accountable. We're going to ask you as the media, what have you done? What have you done? We're going to ask the government. We're going to ask the policy makers, how are we addressing these issues that we as the youth are going through?
The move by Parliament to slash climate change funding by 50% for counties risks eroding gains made in combating the adverse effects of climate change in the country in the current financial year. Parliament reduced funding for climate-led actions from 9 billion shillings to 4.9 billion, a move that exposes the country to vagaries of nature. These and more in our climate checkup roundup.
According to the Finance Locally Led Climate Actions Coordinator Peter Odhengo, the move to slash the budget for climate action will be detrimental to the country's mitigation responses. Odhengo said that the fund supports counties' climate-led actions plans at ward levels to cushion the most vulnerable groups. He expanded to 550 wards. Disaster.
Rural areas they would have covered if they would have got 100%.
Elsewhere, the implementation of the Financing Locally Led Climate Action Program in Nyandarua County continues to gain momentum, with 31 new biogas plants commissioned in Gadhanji Ward. The initiative, spearheaded by the county governor, Dr. Moses Kiarie, is aimed at protecting the ecologically sensitive Kwangara forest from deforestation while promoting clean energy solutions for local communities. While commissioning the new biogas units, the governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to advancing green energy projects that empower residents and protect natural resources.
We are implementing 3 categories of projects. That is giving biogas to our residents, also drilling of boreholes, and also planting trees to conserve the environment. We have spent about 136 million in this project. This financial year, we have an extra 60 million that we are pumping into this project to reach more homes. And going forward, we are going to continue until we reach as many homes as possible, so that we can continue conserving our environment.
Elsewhere, Sabaki River Estuary community got a boost after a local bank planted 200,000 mangrove tree seedlings in the area in an effort to restore the area's mangrove ecosystem. According to the chairman of the Sabaki River Conservation and Development Organization, Joseph Mangi, the area had been extensively degraded by human activity, but restoration efforts are yielding fruits.
Tunanuia leo kupanda propagules 1,200 ambazo hizo kwa muda wa mwezi zitakuwa zote zimetoa majani, na ni kwa sababu ya kurejesha msitu. Aina nyingine za mikoko hapa zinapotea, so kadri tunavyoendelea kupanda zile aina ambazo zinapotea, ndio itakuwa zile aina zote za mikoko katika msitu zinapatikana.
In Keyo North, residents are lamenting what they say is deliberate destruction of indigenous trees in the 40 hectares Msekekwa forest by a sawmiller alleged to be collaborating with the Kenya Forest Service officials.
Msitu kabisa megata. Na hiyo atahatarisha watu yetu.
Finally, Samburu Technical and Vocational Training College in Samburu County has launched a greening program aimed at combating the negative effects of climate change in a region often affected by extreme heat and seasonal droughts. The initiative, led by the college principal Lucy Mutembei, saw students, teachers and pupils from various schools plant more than 1,000 trees in schools and police station grounds.
We have around 3,000 mature trees in our compound, and we are very proud of that, because nurturing a single tree in the Asal region, when you do not have a sustainable water, a source of water, is quite a challenge. But
for Legends Edition, I am Teresa Mutai.
Already in a world filled with academic pressure, social media, identity crisis, and of course the anxiety for the future, our young people are faced with an even heavier emotional load than we ever were.
Please learn to speak. Don't keep things to yourself. Please talk even to your friends. Learn to listen to their children. Many times, many parents dismiss, so they don't validate whatever the child is saying.
This part of adolescence of identity versus confusion is a place now where we are tussling. Child and parent, we are tussling. Why? This child is rediscovering us. And you are treating this child like the child who was 4 years old. I want to tell the preteens and the teens that you matter. Your life matters. You matter. You are loved. Your life is beyond now. Sometimes we focus on the now, we forget the future.
Leo tumetembea maeneo ya Mwihoko. By the way, do you know where Mwihoko is?
Tulipatana mahali, yeye alikuwa anafanya kazi ya kuuza maguo, mimi nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya kuuza kwa hoteli.
Nani hungorota usiku akilala?
Ni baba na mwamusaka.
Aya, tunamwambianga ni hungorotire mimi nani. Aya, mam, mbona ulimpatia maziwa na alitisha chai?
Nimpatie maziwa nimkaribishe.
Kwa hivyo kuna venye pia unasikia. Unasikia kitu kwa monyigi hapa.
Kwa miaka mingi tumeishi pamoja, tukipendana hata leo, na kuahidi tutaendelea pendana milele.
Mguu imenifanya nimekosa kazi katika maisha yangu. Haiwezi simama, haiwezi fanya nini, kila wakati ni uchungu. Imenikosesha kila kitu, imenikosesha amani, imekuwa chanzo tu cha kufarakana kwa maisha yangu.
Mama huyu analia usiku na mchana. Mguu wake unauma. Mguu wake unatoka usaha na chembe za damu. Mguu wake una uchungu sana kiasi ya kwamba umefura na kusimama ama kufanya kazi yake hawezi. Na katika Save a Life tunakualika dada na ndugu tuweze kusimama na mama huyu.
Good evening and welcome all of you wherever you are. After that short evening rain scare in the city of Nairobi, I hope you're all back home safe and sound and ready for the KBC Legend Sports. I'm Topi Lambila na karibuni wanaspoti papote pale mulipo. We start with the Simbas, where the Kenya 15th rugby team, Simbas, pulled off a thrilling comeback victory against United Arab Emirates in a high-scoring friendly match played at the RFUA grounds to register a dominant 54-24 win after trailing by 22 points. It was a game of two halves at the RFUA grounds as the Kenya Simbas overcame a shaky start to stun the UAE with a powerful second-half performance, trailing 14-7 in the first half and falling further behind. Early in the second, the Simbas found their rhythm thanks to standout performances from Samuel Asati and George Nyambua. The duo sparked a momentum shift that saw Kenya score an impressive 47 unanswered points, thrilling the home crowd and sending a strong message ahead of their upcoming tour. The Simbas are set to travel to South Africa next week for a high-performance tour as they gear up for the Rugby Africa Cup, a crucial tournament that also serves as a qualifier for the 2027 Rugby World Cup. Meanwhile, the Kenya Simbas received a major boost today as they landed a 15 million Kenya shillings sponsorship from Kenya Airways for the year. The sponsorship is crucial as the Kenya 15's rugby team prepares for the World Cup qualification rounds. This, some of the action. Nairobi City Thunder defeated Med by ball of South Africa 85-76 to record their first win in the Nile Conference Basketball Africa League 2025 BAL in Rwanda. After losing their first 4 matches, City Thunder found themselves trailing again in the first quarter 24-20 in their 5th game before gaining momentum in the second quarter to win at 15-21. The third quarter was evenly poised, but City Thunder lost it by a point, as the score read 15-14. The Kenyan side upped their game immensely in the final quarter to snatch an 8-point lead and end the quarter with a score of 22-30. The 9-point win was a motivation to City Thunder, who had lost 4 matches consecutively from the first game against host APR of Rwanda last Saturday. Watch the action.
Free throw line. Quick maths, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Excellent shooting once again, Leonard Jr. And it's already lined as the ever-dangerous looking Wiley's going. Adera unable to find his way out. No rebound.
We'll help you.
Thanks. It's now 3:10 left in this first quarter. And that is a brilliant pass. Look at the speed that comes up by Leonard Jr. Opong's there, he goes all by himself. And he draws attention. The points won't be foiled by the fastest team in this BAL now conference, which are these guys from Nairobi. It gets put up. Tyler Ongwe floats one over the top. And he
From the volleyball scene, DCI and Kenya Pipeline stormed into the finals of the Kenya Volleyball Women's League after breathtaking performances that saw them complete a double over the opponents in the semi-final series at Makande Hall in Mombasa. Defending Men's League champions GSU were also victorious and will face KPA in the finals. Let's take a look.
Kenya Pipeline came from a sit-down to dethrone KCB with a 3-1 victory in their second game, having beaten them yesterday by the same margin. Defending champions KCB drew the first blood to take the first set 25-21, but Kenya Pipeline fought back to claim the remaining sets 25-23, 25-18 and 25-23 to seal their second victory.
Again, Massimo doesn't pick it as expected. Who secures that point.
DCI booked their place in the finals when they won their second game against Prisons Kenya, whom they stand again with a hard-fought 3-2 win in their other semi-finals. They asserted their dominance right from the start to take the first 2 sets 25-22 and 25-21 before Prisons Kenya bounced back to win 25-17 and 25-16 and forced the game into a decider. There was no stopping the DCI's quest for a final berth as they eventually won their 5th set 15-12 in a game of nerves. They will now meet Kenya Pipeline in the finals as KCB and Prisons Kenya fight for the 3rd and 4th positions.
From the FKF Women's League, Gideon Starlets from Homa Bay have secured promotion to the Kenya Women's Premier League after defeating Bandari Queens 4-2 on post-match penalties. This followed a goalless draw in regular time at the SK grounds in Nakuru. In the FKF Women's Division 1 League playoff matches held at the same venue, Diani Queens edged out took Ravens 1-0, while Iron Ladies beat Lowland Queens 5-4 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. Diani Queens and Iron Ladies will now face off in the Division 1 final, slated for tomorrow at the ASK grounds. Let's Take a watch. From ITF tennis, the government has been urged to accelerate the tailoring of programs geared towards nurturing young tennis players in a bid to grow the game. This is according to Extreme Tennis ITF World Tour Juniors director Collins Abala, who was speaking during the finals of the tournament where USS James Scholar clinched the boys' singles title after beating Japanese Kaito Tokukura by 3 sets as Kenyans took the runners-up position in the girls' doubles. Some of the action.
The Extreme ITF World Tour Juniors culminated on Saturday afternoon with Kenya's Celine Ahoya and Stacey Chepkemei receiving top honors after finishing in the second runners-up position in the girls' doubles. The boys' singles title was won by USA's James Scholar, who won by 6-2, 2-6, 6-3 sets.
It was very good. I had to fight really hard. It was probably my toughest match, and he's a really good player, and it was everything I could do to try to take that third set. Meanwhile,
girls' singles title was clinched by Great Britain's Liv Zing, who beat India's Hiya Kugasia by 2 straight sets of 6-2, 6-4.
For the Kenyan players, I think one, they need more competition, and two, it's more psychological, and so I think it's high time our players or our athletes in general in this country to start having psychological sessions with psychologists and stuff like that, just to make them be mentally prepared.
The tournament is part of ITF's World Tour, which is geared towards improving rankings for budding players. Frederick Muki for Legends edition.
From the Handball League, the National Cereals and Produce Board are just 1 win away from clinching the 2024-2025 Kenya Handball Men's League title. This comes after a Hartford 33-28 victory over second-place Equity in a high-stakes encounter at the Nyayo National Stadium. Our KBC crew was on hand to capture this for us.
It was a top-of-the-table clash that lived up in the Bailin. National Cereals and Produce Board came out firing for the first whistle, making the most of their scoring chances to take an early lead over title rivals Equity Bank. By halftime, NCPB had carved out an 18-14 advantage thanks to sharp attacking plays and solid defense. Equity tried to mount a comeback in the second half, narrowing the gap on several occasions, but the experienced NCPB side held their ground, eventually sealing a 33-28 win that puts them in the pole post to lift the league title. The win takes NCPB to 48 points, 4 ahead of Equity, who still have a game in hand. In other results, GSUH passed to Lindsay in a close contest, winning 30-27, while Wakada put on a dominant show with a 38-13 thrashing of Mountain Prime.
From Pipsa Swimming, the pool was the place to be as the Private Primary School Sports Association launched a 2-day invitational swimming gala at the Moi Educational Center here in Nairobi. With over 600 young swimmers diving into action across nearly 2,000 events, the competition went on to produce standout performances. One of the standout performances of the day was Tevin Waweru from the High Host School, who won in the individual medley with an impressive time of 1 minute 13.63 seconds to draw loud cheers from the home crowd. Another highlight came from the 13-year-old Amanda Wangare of Moi Kabrak, who won the 100-meter individual medley, clocking 1 minute 49.78 seconds. Her technique and determination were clear in every stroke. Various schools and clubs were represented, including, among others, Kanda Swimming Club, Foresight Academy, Kabarak University, Kanda Swim Team, Nakuru Athletes Athletics Club, Teule School, Urafiki Karovana. The gala serves as a platform to nurture young talent, promote international school sportsmanship, and give swimmers valuable competitive exposure.
I found this competition very, very tough and very competitive. And for the next competitions, God bless, I hope for more glory.
And encourage parents out there who have children who are differently able, we call them neurodiverse children, to come participate for this event. They expose their children, they get to learn from the community, and they take part from the community.
The competition was tough, and I would want to improve. The gala has been successful.
The FKF Premier League leaders Kenya Police will play Mara Sugar tomorrow in the fourth quarter-final of the Mozart Bet Cup to decide the semi-final opponents for Nairobi United. Police, who are hunting for a double this season, will be looking for a win to book a date with the Nairobi United, who made it to the semi-final after beating Kakamega Homeboys 2-0. In the quarter-final. The second semi-final will feature Gor Mahia against Murang'a Seal. Gor, who still have a slight chance to also win the Premier League title, booked their semi-final place with a 2-0 win over Kariobangi Sharks. And they will face Murang'a Seal, who hosted Ulinzi Stars by 3-2 in the quarter-final game. The final of the Mozart Bet Cup will be played on the 14th of June.
Enoch Morrison anaipiga pass pembeni kwa Sharif Musa Sirengo. Sharif anajitafuta. Sharif! Sharif Musa Sirengo. Geoffrey Cheng Simiti. Sharif Musa Sirengo. Kwake Enoch Morrison. Enoch! Kwake Austin. Austin anaenda mwisho. Boniface Omondi inapata Alpha! It's just icing on the cake.
From boxing, Kangemi Boxing Club has intensified its training ahead of the second Nairobi Association League slated for the 29th to the 31st of this month at the Queen of Peace Boxing Club. Under the tutelage of Nixon Gitau, the team clinched a gold medal during the Regional Junior Championships held in April and is set to fight for the championship again. It will be a beehive of activities for the club, as they will also host the third league from the 19th to the 22nd of June this year. Gitau says the team is ready to show a splendid performance as the club seeks to continue nurturing skills and talent to grow the game. Let's take a listen.
Undergo hapa kama Kangemi Boxing Club ni facility. Hatuna facility, hata saizi ukiangalia sisi hatuna vitu za kutrain. Equipment tunapata hatuna kwa saizi. Zile tuko nazo saizi zimeisha.
Tuko na passion ya boxing. Tunatafuta wadhamini especially area Westlands waweze kutusaidia ili tuweze kuimprove equipment na pia hata viatu na vitu mingi ambazo mabondia wanahitaji ili iweze box vizuri.
The current country club is set to electrifying action from Tuesday next week as players from across Africa converge for the Crown Paints Squash Open. The prestigious tournament will bring together top squash players from across the African continent and beyond, who include, among others, Zambia's top seed Samuel Kabwe, Zimbabwe's Ryan Gwizima, former national under-19 champions and British national Charles Kibble, Uganda's top seed Paul Kadoma, Kenya will be led by top seed Mokadir Nimji, fresh from a victorious outing in India and Europe, and James Dalidi. The players will feature across various categories, namely the men and women's open, junior, and super plate divisions, with a pool of $2,000 at stake in the elite competition. This year's tournament, which will run until the weekend, promises to be a pinnacle of sporting achievement and community engagement, as stakeholders will also be involved in various workshops, junior coaching clinics, and a special outreach program that introduces the game of squash to the underprivileged youth in Nairobi. And over to the international scene, Napoli won the 2024-2025 Italian Serie A League title after they beat Cagliari 2-0 at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium last night. They beat Inter Milan to the title by a single...
With those acrobatics in the box. No, he stepped up, not for the first time. Scott McTominay got the vital goal. Scudetto, Maradona done it twice.
And from that action-packed Serie A League match is a wrap on the sports segment of the Legends Edition. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay with KBC Channel 1 for the best sporting action throughout the week until we meet again on Saturday. Kwangu mimi ni Topi Liambila, and over now to my colleague, Edmund.
Thank you, Topi. Well, that does it for Legends Edition this evening. Our sign language interpreter, Lucy Moura, and a great team behind it all. We're just serving the meal. Stay well, stay safe. God bless.
In the name of Jesus Christ, Mungu anatarajia ukanyange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi, wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali cha Bwana kikawe juu ya maisha yako.
You're the only wajiwambe tui wakajuamba no yako nukumakelela mune twisto kwiko nkwatwatu kuri kwimba kundemba mutumbu kudibana basheta mayenga bani nabu basheta makwabu kachoka tasekile eyi wakwetu mimbe